welcome to the Monday, December the 11th special city council meeting. We have 3 agenda items on the list, but before we do that, let's do a pledge of allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, to the republic
to which it stands, one nation, justice for all.
I think it's airport background.
Yes.
Okay.
I can mute until I need to say something.
Okay, since we're not officially sworn in yet, I need Mr. Reefer to call the roll.
Okay. Councilmember Banker,
Present.
Councilmember Chester,
Present.
Councilmember Notero,
Here.
Councilmember Roberts,
Here.
Councilmember Shaw Elliott,
Present.
Vice Mayor Jody Shirley,
Here.
Mayor Dave Gettis,
Here.
and City Attorney Randy Moore.
Present.
All right, our first item on the agenda is approval of the agenda. Do I have a motion to approve?
So moved. I thought we were amending it to put another item on, the swearing in.
We are, but someone has to make a motion to amend it. So would you like to make a motion to amend the agenda?
I'll make a motion to amend the agenda,
Okay, and what would you like to add to that?
swearing in of a new council member.
New city clerk
Council member.
Clerk, yeah.
Yeah.
and the council member.
Yeah.
Oh, that's right, because she's up there. Okay. Would someone like to second that?
Second.
All right, all in favor?
Aye.
All right.
Aye.
Now we go to approve the amended agenda. Do I have a motion?
So moved.
Motion made by Leslie Natera. Do I have a second?
Second.
Second by Jody Shirley. All in favor?
Aye.
Any
Aye.
opposed? All right. The agenda is approved as amended. So now we are on item number, I tell you what we're going to do is we're going to do the swearing in first. All right, so we're going to begin with swearing in.
Member Shaw Elliott, can you please confirm that you can hear me?
I can.
Thank you very much. Could you please raise your right hand? I'd like you to repeat after me. I do solemnly swear
I do solemnly swear
that I will support, honor,
that I will support, honor,
protect, and defend the Constitution
protect, and defend the Constitution
and the government of the United States
and the government of the United States
and of the state of Florida,
and of the state of Florida,
that I am duly qualified to hold office under the Constitution of the state
I am duly qualified to hold office under the Constitution of the state
and under the charter of the city of Bel Air Beach,
and under the charter of the city of Bel Air Beach,
and that I will well and faithfully perform the duties of council member on which I am now about to enter.
and I will well and
That I will well and faithfully perform
and I will well and faithfully perform
the duties of council member
the duties of council member,
on which I am now about to enter.
which I'm now about to enter.
So help me God.
So help me God.
Congratulations, council member. Welcome to the council. We will have you formally sign and execute the oath when you return to the jurisdiction.
Thank you.
And this is where I normally invite you to come sit with us, but that's how that goes. All right, the next swearing in.
All right, Madam Clerk, if you would please stand and raise your right hand. Say aye and repeat your name.
I, Renee Rose,
Do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
that I will support, honor, protect, and defend
that I will support, honor, protect, and defend
the Constitution and government of the United States
the Constitution and government of the United States
and of the state of Florida,
and of the state of Florida,
that I am duly qualified to hold office
that I am duly qualified to hold office
under the Constitution of the state
under the Constitution of the state
and under the charter of the city of Bel Air Beach,
and under the charter of the city of Bel Air Beach,
and and that I will well and faithfully perform
and that I will well and faithfully perform
the duties of city clerk
the duties of city clerk
on which I am now about to enter,
in which I am now about to enter,
so help me God.
so help me God.
Congratulations, Madam Clerk.
Thank you.
All right, is there anything we'd like to ask her to do? No. All right, and welcome. And now we are on it's listed on the agenda as item 2, but it's actually now item 3. This is consideration of resolution 23-19. Mr. Morrow, would you please read the resolution?
Happily, Mr. Mayor. This is Resolution 2023-19, a resolution of the City Council of the City of Bel Air Beach, Florida, extending the previously noticed and advertised qualifying period for the March 19, 2024 election to run without interruption through noon on December 18, 2023, providing for the qualifying process and providing an effective date. As you review the resolution before you, council members, you'll note it sets forth the history of the resolutions we've adopted relative to this election. And what it does is extend, we had already noticed the qualifying period to begin on 8 a.m. on Friday, December 1st. It was originally contemplated to end on Friday of last week. And upon request, we are extending this through December 18th at noon. That is the pretty much last minute that qualifying could conceivably be open. We have to report to the supervisor of elections on December 19th with ballot language, which would include the names of the candidates. So this is the longest we could have the qualifying period. And of course, that has to allow time for anybody who submits a packet to have the packet verified and reviewed. So with that, that is the resolution before you, and otherwise happy to answer any questions.
Thank you, Mr. Mora. Before we go to the council, I need to go to the public. Would anyone like to speak on this topic? Seeing as we have no one wanting to speak, citizen comments are now closed. Before we move forward on this, I'm going to need a motion to approve this resolution.
So moved.
Motion made by Leslie Mateo. Do I have a second?
Second.
Second by Lloyd Roberts. Ms. Mateo, you have the floor.
I think Mr. Morrow made it very clear. I asked him why it goes through the December 18th as opposed to like maybe going through the end of December, and that's because there's the date that we have to have the stuff to the supervisor of elections. So December 18th is really the last time we can accept qualification papers, whatever you want to call them.
That's a Monday, and I believe that's Tuesday.
Yeah,
That's the official deadline.
5 p.m. Tuesday the 19th is the deadline for the supervisor of elections.
And we've considered going all the way to the end, but in the event that there's an onslaught of applications, Mr. Reefer's going to need time to help put all that together. So, okay, any other comments from the council? Yes, sir.
Why are we doing this?
We are doing this because we have 5 open seats. Well, actually, now we have 5 open seats, potentially 5 or 3. It depends upon how the election goes. Currently, we have 1 qualified candidate.
There are 4 seats that will be
I
subject to
thought
the
we
election.
had, I thought the last meeting, if I'm correct, didn't we have 3 people that acknowledged they picked up their packets and sent the information?
That was 2,
No one turned them in.
So I had 2 additional potential candidates pick up binders full of the information, but they decided not to submit.
Here's a question for you.
Charles Mitchell, please come to the first call. Charles Mitchell.
It's feedback from Mr. Chester's microphone in the airport. You can continue, Mr. McCall. Charles Mitchell won't be reporting to this meeting.
Since we already had a resolution in from December 8th, my concern is, it doesn't matter if we have 1 or 20 people that qualified or submitted. What if somebody challenges this now, and that one person that qualified or whatever doesn't get 1, and we have to is there, I don't know what the filing fee is, $300, $400, $500? I mean, how much would it cost you the city rerun the election? Or could they rerun an election? I guess the bigger question is, would this open the door that you could rerun an election, given we already had a resolution?
Well, we as a council, you as a council enjoy the ability to do what you've done here in terms of renoticing something. Your election qualifying period had already been noticed. If somebody chose, anytime you folks take an official act, any act, you open the door for somebody to challenge it. So every act is another potential, and I have to acknowledge that here and always. Anytime you do something, it's one more chance for somebody to challenge it. I think if you're looking at it from a practical policy standpoint, you have here the desire to make the election more inclusive rather than less inclusive and less apt to a challenge in that sense. But of course, were something to be challenged, we'd be prepared to address that. This was offered as an opportunity or a mechanism by which this city could solicit candidates for a longer period of time to ensure, as it says in the whereas clauses, to amend and extend the qualifying period to maximize the opportunity for potential candidates to qualify. So it's rather than foreclosing it, I would be much more concerned if we were taking a qualifying period that was a week long and making it 3 days long, rather than and anybody who qualifies would still be subject to all the same requirements. So it's not some kind of fast pass in the door that somebody else could not have taken advantage of.
Yeah, and I understand everything we do can be challenged, but I mean, I think we opened the door, Pandora's box a little bit wider when we have a resolution that expired and the results weren't, I don't know if the results weren't what we wanted, but the results are the results. I mean, and then you have a charter saying if slots aren't filled, then you should have council fill it. That's my whole question. I think someone can file a suit against us and we have to rerun this election.
Mr. Banker, we could chase our tails all day on the hypotheticals, but the way that I looked at this whenever I called for this meeting was that if we don't have candidates, how are we going to appoint somebody?
And Dave,
Do you understand what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
It's the same opportunity. I would rather that we actually had a real election and had enough candidates rather than having to appoint everybody on the council, because that's whenever you're really opening yourself up for a possible challenge. But this council has the opportunity to vote on it. And do you have any other comments?
no, I'm just saying that I've been here 2.5 years. We've got many positions opened up, and we've always had more than one qualified candidate to run. So I don't know what the problem is.
This is a Senate Bill 774 problem, is what this is. I think we've all discussed it already many times. Would anyone else like to comment on this?
No, I'll just say I agree with you when you say Senate problem.
Yeah, exactly. Okay, well, if there are no other comments, then let's take it to a vote. Ms. Rose, would you please call the roll?
Councilmember Bankard.
No,
Councilmember Chester. Oh, did we lose it?
Yes.
Okay. Councilmember Notaro.
Yes.
Councilmember Roberts.
Yes.
Councilmember Shaw Elliott.
Yes.
Vice Mayor Shirley.
Aye.
And Mayor Gaddis.
Yes. And did we get Mr. Chester's vote?
Yes.
He voted yes?
Yes.
Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, 6 to 1 then. This resolution passes. And that's all we've got. I appreciate everything you've done for us, Mr. Moore, with putting this together and making sure that we're covered. And I appreciate the city manager putting this meeting together. And if there's nothing else, I would like a motion to adjourn.
motion.
Motion made by Frank Baker. Do I have a second?
Second.
I'm going to give that one to time delay Mark Chester. All in favor? Aye. Any opposed?
Aye.